What's going on, guys? This is Corey from To Start Airsoft, and today we're going to talk about how you can start Airsoft and get a good beginning into this sport. So let's get into it.
Citizens of the digital age, welcome.
So guys, I'm actually so grateful so many people have actually came into the comments of various different videos I have been putting up during the Wisdom Wednesdays and my gameplay videos. So if you have any more recommendations, please drop them down to the comments. I may not do that video you have recommended in this week or the next week or the week after, but I do take them in mind and I do think about them when I'm doing the videos as I am right now. So today we're just going to talk about how you can get a good start in the sport of Airsoft. Now, if you are new to it, you're probably not going to know this, but people that are in the sport do actually notice that it is quite an expensive sport. And if you do make the wrong decisions and you buy the wrong things, it really does toll up. So I'm going to talk about how you can buy the best things for the best price, and things that are going to get you the best start, are going to get you the best jump in the sport. That was a lot of bests, but let's get it. So before you do anything, I would definitely recommend you do not buy any form of gear or anything Airsoft related until you have your first days gaming at all. Play probably once or twice, maybe even 3 times to get a feel of the sport. If you really do enjoy it, then I would recommend you buy gear. So just from the get-go, I would definitely say don't buy gear from the beginning. To be honest, I'd say the first thing you'd want to do is kind of source and locate local sites around you. I know one of my friends, or one of acquaintance I have, Fergus Keogh, he plays in Blorkin Park a lot. I have had small conversation. We're not, I wouldn't say we're friends, we just kind of know each other. I know of him, he knows of me. So he actually made a map of all Airsoft sites that are in Ireland. So I think it's somewhere on Facebook. I'll try find it. If I can't, I won't have it in the video, but if I can, I will link it in the description. It just shows all the Airsoft sites around Ireland and Northern Ireland and a bit of England. I think it's mostly Ireland, but I think that's really only good for us that are in Ireland. So you just find, if you are in the Dublin area, from the get-go I can recommend the nearest sites to you may be Scribbletown, Tallaght CQB, Inferno CQB, Simtac Airsoft, Fingal Airsoft. Jeez, I think they're the Red Barn Airsoft. There's so many of them that are in the GDA or the Greater Dublin area. If you don't do geography, that's just something I've kind of learned, that the Greater Dublin area is the surrounding area in Dublin. So you're looking at Dublin, Kildare, Meath and a bit of Louth. So the general area around Dublin has the most Airsoft sites and probably some of the best Airsoft sites, since they are all so locally put together. So I'd definitely say your first thing you should do is try source and locate an Airsoft site you can play at. Once you've found an Airsoft site, I would definitely recommend you find some people to actually tag along and bring with you when you go play for your first day. So I think the first time I played, I had some guy that in my class that had already played it a bit. He'd recommend, oh, why don't we go out for the day for Airsoft? Myself, my cousin and one of our other friends had never played before, but this guy had. He invited us out to Rathbegan Airsoft. Now, if you know about Rathbegan Lakes is just kind of an adventure park. They had a bit of Airsoft in it and they shut it down, so if you are looking to play there anymore, you can't. But this is going back about 5 years ago. We went and played there and there was about 4 of us. With a good day, I got a great feel of it, and to be honest, as I said in the beginning, I wouldn't recommend you buy gear, but I knew before I even went there I was going to enjoy the sport. So I'd say 2 months after I'd played that game, I probably dropped out €315 on gear and I had a great start, which we'll get into a bit further in the video. So definitely my second piece of advice would definitely get a few friends or even a birthday party or something that you can get a lot of people going with you and you can play. Now, a majority of sites will be able to accommodate, I'd say, about 10 to 15 people with rental guns. If you aren't aware at all about Airsoft, if you are looking to try the sport, you just go to the local field you have sourced. They will, for the most part, will have a good amount of rental guns that will cover you for a gun, face protection, BBs, and just so guys, in most cases, for the price of €50 for a full day, you will get a gun, I think it's 3,000 BBs, a face mask, and pretty much the bare minimum or the best kind of way you're going to actually be able to play the sport for the day. So I think the times in most places will run from, I think, 10:30 till 5 in the kind of brighter summer days, and 10:30 till 4 in the kind of winter days where it starts getting dark. So as I have said, definitely get a few friends, get them to rent the gear, and just have a good day. So that's probably my second piece of advice. I'm not trying to jump going backwards and forwards, but before you actually get there, I would, pretty much the only thing I can recommend or advise you do get is get full ankle boots, or something that can protect your ankles when you go out for the first day playing. Look, I had a pair of kind of fishing boots, which was probably the best thing I could have done. I have very bad feet, so if I was to even trip or twist my ankle in the slightest way, I could actually break my ankle. So me bringing fishing boots was probably the best thing I could have done when I played for my first day. Definitely for the younger players, I would definitely recommend you wear kind of a zippy up jacket with the hood up, or something to protect all skin on your body. I say that more for the younger players because guys that are around my age, 16, 17 and 18, they'll probably be able to take the sting of the BBs. Although you've never felt it before, you will definitely be able to take it a lot more than a very young person would. If you shot someone that's around 12 or 11 years of age on bare skin with a BB gun, they're probably never going to play the sport again. Like, that's it. They're never coming back. They're going to cry. And to be honest, it was very sore for me at 13 or 14 years of age when I actually played the sport. And even me being that old and hurting me, I don't know what it would have felt like from an 11-year-old on bare skin. So where we are at the moment is you've located a local site. You've gotten a few friends to tag along with you. You've gotten something to actually protect yourself, or just be able to move around and actually enjoy yourself on the day a bit better. Whether that be ankle support boots or a zippy up to protect your skin. Now we need to move on to actually when you're playing out there and after your first day's gaming. So guys, I'm going to use SimTac as an example for when you turn up on your first days of gaming. You have your friends, you have everything I've explained so far. So using SimTac, you'll come up the lane and you'll probably even stop the car there, or you'll do a UE. That's not really important, but you'll see the admin area of SimTac. As far as I'm aware, when you go in, you have to go into the actual clubhouse area. You'll be met with a marshal who will be running the register. A parent or someone that is over 18 must be with you if you are under 18, or I think it's under 16. They will have to actually sign a waiver, or kind of like an insurance joke, to say if you are injured out on the site, you break a leg or something, the site is not accountable for that, as this is a high risk sport. You're running around, you're going up and down fields, you're going up a ladder, you're going up stuff like this. So if you were to fall, it is 100% not their fault. You're taking that risk into your own hands. Now, I'm not trying to scare anyone off. I'm not saying you're going to be climbing up like 40-foot ladders and, you know, jumping off buildings. It's pretty much, there's going to be small little hazards that if you're not watching what you're doing, you can't actually hurt yourself. So you'll get a parent just to sign to say this is okay, these people are out to play. And you'll always have to fill out a little bit like your name, if you have a phone number, your address, just stuff like that, in case they need to contact your parents or a guardian to tell them you have been injured before they, let's say, they have to send you off in an ambulance if you've broken your leg. You will then, after that, you'll be shown your rental gun, which is most likely going to be an M4 platform. To be honest, the ones in SimTac can be actually very heavy for younger players. I've actually had to use them every once in a while. If my gun went down near the end of the day, I'll just take it and I use it. They are actually quite heavy. They're full metal, and to be honest, those guns aren't the best kind of introduction to show them the weight of a gun, as it can be very heavy for a younger player. So after you've been given your rental gun, you'll be obviously given BBs and some form of face protection. I would definitely recommend you don't fill up the mag. If they fill up the mag for you, you're better off just to set it down and do not put it in the gun in the safe zone. The safe zone is an area where no one has to wear eye protection and everywhere is safe. No one's going to be walking around shooting BBs, everywhere is safe, and you're safe of actually getting shot in the eye. So if you put a mag in there, you are actually breaching that rule. And if you, since you're new to the gun or you don't know how the gun works, if you were just to pick it up and like just start full out one accidentally, you could actually end up taking someone's eye out. So that's why it's called a safe zone and you don't put in your mag. So you're better off just to take the stuff they give you, just take the face mask, the mag or the gun, whatever they've given you, bring it into the gearing up or the readying up area and just place it down until you are instructed to do something else. Now this isn't going to be like some form of military thing, take the gun and then only do when you're told to do something. To be honest, you're only new to the sport and you're better off just to play it safe. Don't touch the gun until you're told to or until you're actually out playing. Once you're out playing, just go hellful out of the gun, do whatever you want, and if something breaks you, obviously, give it back to the marshal, tell them something's gone wrong with my gun, and they will most likely be able to fix it for you. So before you actually get out for your first game of the day, the marshals will most likely take everyone that is renting or your party of friends or whoever you've brought with you on their own and actually explain to you how the gun will work. They'll show you how to pull in the mag, how to wind your mag, how to make sure the gun is firing, how to change it from safe, semi and full auto, and just pretty much how to hold the gun and how to actually play correctly. So you'll then be greeted by the marshal, who will then tell you, after you've gotten your small little brief on your own, you'll be shown the main brief. You will then be told the rules of the sport, what you're allowed to do on the site's rules and such as. Now I definitely recommend you listen to these, as a majority of like newer players will find it hard to actually incorporate the rules and remember them when they're out in the field. So you're better off just to listen to the rules and then in your head try and incorporate what would happen if you were doing that. What I mean is, say if it was like no blind firing, imagine yourself sticking a gun around cover and not looking what you're doing. If you can imagine that when you go out into the field and you actually think about doing that, you're like, well, I shouldn't be doing this, and you won't do it. So definitely listen to the rules and make sure you know what you're doing. Now, a majority of people that actually play the sport and are watching the rentals, they have absolutely no grudge against you. They're actually great. There's newer players or there's more people into this great community, and to be honest, they're not going to say really anything to you. If you have a problem, there is no problem asking them. I'm not going to start blowing my own horn. I'm not going to start running myself saying I'm great, I'm amazing. But out of everyone I've nearly seen, I can say myself I'm probably the most down to earth and honest person when I'm trying to explain to someone when they have a rental or they're only new to the sport. If you ever do see me out on site, or you see me up in SimTac, or you do recognise me, definitely go speak to me. I have spoken to many people before that have watched the videos, and a lot of them have, to be honest, I have seen them shaking at the knee, nearly like stargaze. To be honest, I only have 143 subscribers. I'm not that big, and I'm not really much different than I was a year ago. So if you do have a problem with your gear, or you're asking for recommendations or anything I haven't spoke about in this video, definitely ask someone that is playing the sport or is a bit more knowledgeable than you, as they are more than likely going to actually help you. So you've probably gotten to the end of the day and you've really enjoyed it and you've gotten home. Now, as I've said in my personal experience, I only played once and then bought the gear, but I would definitely recommend, if you had a few problems that day and you're like, oh, something happened here and I got really tired or I kept getting shot, definitely recommend you don't buy any gear or even think about buying gear. If you felt there was any small problems that maybe ruined the day for say 20 minutes, don't buy any gear. Only play a few times, and when you've actually came home and you said, I've had a great day, I want to buy gear, and your morale is so high about it, buy gear. Do not buy anything if your morale is kind of half or down, because you will just probably play the sport a bit and you'll keep having those thoughts in your head saying, oh, I keep getting shot, I don't want to do this anymore, and you'll probably waste a good amount of money. So then, after you've played your first day, you've came home, you're more than likely going to actually follow on to what I have spoke about in a previous video, which is the top 5 beginner gear needs. Watch that video if you haven't. You're better off to watch this video and then watch that video after. To be honest, it's not really a problem if you don't watch them in that order. It doesn't really cause any problems. You'll probably get more information before you play the game than you actually after play the game. So from watching my videos, I have definitely done a video about my top beginner gun, which would be the G&G Predator. If you really want a good start and you have a good bit of money for a gun, definitely buy a G&G Predator. And if you're looking just for a bit of a budget gun that will really work and keeps going, buy a G&G Raider. That Mark 18 is a variant of a G&G Raider. I've had that for 3 years now, and it is still kicking and still going. I've definitely parts have broken on it. I've fixed them, but it has never actually went down. I've never sold it because I've had it from the box. I've done a bit of upgrading too, and then I changed to Mark 18, and it is now my primary gun. Even though I got the Predator last year for Christmas, that has now become my personal primary gun. So guys, that's pretty much all I can say about actually getting into the sport and playing for your first day. If you have any questions about what I've spoke about, please leave them in the comments. After you've done this, you've obviously bought your gear and you're ready to actually play it with your own gear. Then you'll probably move on and you'll see my other videos. As I said a few minutes ago, you'll see the top 5 extra beginner piece of gear you could buy. Look at that video. You could then consider buying them, and from watching my videos and seeing the different videos I've done, you'll slowly be able to piece them all together, and you'll have a very good kit and a very good gun, and you'll have a great start to the sport. Now, before I end the video, I would definitely recommend, to be honest, you would probably be the best thing you could do is spend at least €315. Now, it is a big amount of money, but it does give you a great start. I would definitely recommend you don't buy a gun under the price of at least €100. 150 is probably the baseline for a good gun. That's probably the baseline dollar you should actually pay for a gun. Buy your own face protection. Probably buy boots, gloves to protect your hands. If you want a uniform, just stuff like that to actually customize yourself and make the sport a little bit more interesting for you. But that's all I can really say about starting the sport. Really hope you enjoy, guys. And as always, talk to you later.
DedSec will give you the truth. Do what you will.